and we're going way off track here, which you haven't asked me, but I think it's worth noting that it really is important to build habits, so that we don't over rely on a wonky working memory. If we just put two and two together and build routines, we shed a huge cognitive load. I will get back to the cognitive load in a moment. Imagine you need to decide, you've got 2 birthday parties to go to. Will you go to this one or that one? You probably think about who's my better friend, who is in a situation who needs more support right now. What's my implications of not going, blah, blah, who's easier to talk to? One is parties at the South Coast, not very practical. One is right next door. All these different things that factor in there. It's time travel. It's the past. It's the future. Holding all of those things, all those different sticky notes at the front of your brain, and the glue is very not sticky. And then they're floating around the room and you've lost a few and you've totally forgotten how your mate, really saved your bacon, once upon a time, and you didn't factor it in, and then they're upset that this is like crazy stuff. So a few years ago, 18 months ago, I did a 2-week hike on the Larapinta Trail, and I've sent you the little diagram.
Should we pull it up now?
Pull it up, because I think that really, really, really explains that working memory is not necessarily something we need to get an essay in on time or decision making, which job to take, but it's shedding the cognitive load, easing the burden of ongoing decision making, evaluating, and because we're not very reliable at it on an ongoing basis, having practices in place that support us, where we just have stuff in place. So on the Larapinta Trail, it gets very hot, even in winter. You've got to be on the trail at 7 a.m. If you're not on the trail at 7 a.m., you carry extra water, which is not fun, and you get to camp where you can't pick the best spot. It might be too cold or dark to have a little wash in the creek. Those were things I decided I really need to be well. So getting going in the morning with ADHD, very hard. You need to know you need to know where your stuff is. You need to put your stuff at night every time, every evening in the same place. And you've got to have a process in the morning, an hour and a half, that you've brushed your teeth, applied your sunscreen, have got the right clothes on, have eaten, packed it all up, checked camp that you haven't lost anything. And I actually, as we went, I made a map of my backpack. So I knew where everything was. And I also made this, and this is a different version that I sort of quickly tidied up after we came back. But it just shows, when the sun goes up, I tied my hair back. I knew where the hair tie was. I put my cold clothes in the sleeping bag to warm up. And by the time I'd found my glasses and tied my hair back, they were warm enough for me to put on. And I would stuff my sleeping bag into the dry bag, pack up camp, boil the billy, go to the toilet. Breakfast was ready, and on it goes. And I was on the trail at 7.
Yeah.
Now, my working memory would not have been able to make those decisions. Do I want breakfast now? And what will I actually eat? I wonder, should I put sunscreen on or not? I wonder where my hat is actually. So it was so important to be on the ball, and it worked brilliantly. I would have never been able to do this unmedicated, by the way. Absolutely not.